thinking, girl, you never made a sound. Oh, wait, I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired of yesterday. Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling. I'm falling. Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm started to fall, and where were you? How could I know you were falling too? Grabbing the wind, cutting my skin, but it's hard because I'm falling. Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling. Falling. tonight. There's no more time to hide, because I feel again, I feel again. Oh, now I feel again. We're bringing this back to life. I feel it again, I feel it again, I feel again. We're bringing this back to life. Help me find the right words to say to get us back on our way. Can we try to fight against the grain of throwing out what we made? The future's far away, but I will stay, because I feel again, I feel again. Oh, now I feel again. We're bringing this back to life. We're picking up where we left off and on again.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the European University Rocketeers Championship. My name is Astral, and we're back. Joining me for today's action is Jim Jams. How you doing today, mate?
I'm happy to be here. I'm looking forward to some quality European University gameplay.
It's going to be a good one. It's good to hear it. So we're kicking things off. We're starting off with best of threes. We're going to run through the bracket. We've got 36 teams to get through until the later rounds, and then we'll have best of fives in the final 2 rounds. We'll be running through the upper bracket, and then later on you'll have the Tylecto and Orion, the Lancaster duo, taking over this evening. But for now, we've got plenty of games ahead. So first game of the evening, Jim Jams, we've got Tilburg United taking on New Ghent, 5th in the Dutch League versus 5th in the Belgium League. What do you think of this one?
Well, I think looking at their ranks, it could be quite a close game, but obviously the Dutch league is very competitive, so maybe a slight edge to them.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. I mean, we've had Bilbo mention that he used to be a former RLRS player on New Ghent, but the overall ranking of the players is lower than Tilburg United, who have got some 1,800, 1,700 players. So I think it's going to be an interesting clash, to be honest, between these two teams. Each of them personally myself. I think I've seen Tilburg play once. I've never seen Ghent play. Do you think these guys have got any chance of making it through? Because of course we have 36 teams and only 4 are going to get through today. So we've got 32 teams aren't going to make it.
I mean, if they're coming up against much higher ranks, it's going to be difficult for them. But anything can happen in these open qualifiers. It's a lot. It can be to do with your team synergy, not just rank. So I wouldn't count them out just yet.
Yeah, so we got two more open qualifiers after this one. We got one this weekend, then next weekend, and the weekend after. 4 teams will get through from each one to make 12 more teams to join the 20 we've already got in. So we got 4 from the UK, 4 from Germany, 4 from Poland, 2 from Ireland, 2 from Belgium, 1 from Italy, and 1 from Finland. I'd go through and say them all, but some of the names, the Polish ones in particular, I've got absolutely no chance of pronouncing correctly, and I'll just completely butcher them. But at the minute, I'm just waiting for the players to get in. In terms of best of threes, do you think that they were a lot more sort of difficult to manage in these series, Jim Jams? Because obviously you've got less time to really make an impact.
I mean, yeah, of course. Best of threes is a lot more unpredictable, and I'd say there's a higher chance of upsets in best of threes because teams might come in nervous, and over a longer period, it gives teams to settle in, and maybe the team with more quality can overcome over a longer time. But a best of 3 isn't really that long, so perhaps some upsets in best of threes.
Yeah, I agree. I certainly hope so as well. It gives teams less chance if they make a few mistakes defensively or they don't get warmed up, because we see a lot teams come into the first game of a series and they're not quite warmed up enough. They have a shaky start, they maybe drop game one when they shouldn't have done, and then all of a sudden in a best of three, you've got to get a 2-game back-to-back reverse sweep, and you can't make any mistakes. So it's certainly going to be a good one. I think we're just collecting the players. We might get underway soon, but we're not just ready yet.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
But yeah, we have 4 teams then already qualified from. Sorry, we're going to go 2 teams from Belgium, and we only have 2 from. We actually don't have 2 from Dutch. I was having a look. We don't have 2 from the Dutch league at all. So the Dutch league then is probably underrepresented, and we need some more Dutch teams in there. So the Belgians have already got some ready to go. We just check. We do have 2. So we got 2 from each. So both these guys want to get joined. So we get at least 4 in from these two countries. But we've got all the players into the lobby. You ready to get things underway, Jim Jones?
Yes, I'm ready.
Alright, kicking things off on Urban Central. Looks like it might be 9, I'm not sure. Tilburg on the blue side, Ghent on the orange. There is Bilbo flashing his RLCS Season 9 EU Champion title. As we get this one underway, Wako takes the 50 with Boogie. Smikebeard's going to get a shot straight from the downtown on target, but Bilbo will quickly turn that one away. King Kong's going to pop it towards the centre, and this blue team already off to a flying start as Tilburg putting the pressure on. King Kong's gone for a follow-up shot, and they can't get it in twice off the post in the opening few seconds, Jim Jams.
That was a great chance for Tilburg right there. And they have actually managed to score, but I think they had an open net before that where they could have squeezed it in, but keeping up the pressure, so they managed to score.
Yeah, Boogie stealing that one as well on the way through. I think they deserved the pressure. They had that quite a few opening chances, deserved an early goal. But this is what I was talking about. You know, if these teams don't come warmed up from the beginning, they make mistakes and they miss those chances. Luckily, they recovered and managed to get that goal back, but it certainly could have cost them as Stealthy Wolves trying to come the other way for Ghent. Smickelbear will not get a 50 as Bilbo gets it over the top. And I mean, they've only got 5 minutes now to turn this one around. You don't want to lose the first game. Of course, they're only 1-0 down, and we can't see much from Ghent going forward. Do you think Ghent are going to have to rely on Bilbo being the RLCS man? Would you try and pass the ball to him more on that team?
Yeah, I would let him cut rotations, give him the ball more. I mean, he's going to have to carry them. After a shaky start, they've got to use Bilbo more.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on him, though, to see if he can step up. And, of course, the others as well, Woko and Stealthy Wolf. This Smickelbear trying to take a touch, trying to carry it downfield. Woko's up on the sidewall. Bilbo's gone up with him. There's a double commit, and I don't think the third man will commit as he gets beaten out. Stealthy Wolf in the defense. Smickelbear will try and carry this one upfield. He's got a teammate towards the middle, but it should be pretty comfortable for Woko to get rid of. A minute 30 gone now in this one, and so far the defense has been holding on strong from Ghent, but they've had nothing going forward.
Yeah, I think they just took the first 30 seconds when the goal went in to warm up a little bit, but they seem much more solid now and cleaner rotations.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to look and try and get a goal on the counter-attack at the minute. They have got 4 shots underway, but not really got anything too creative so far. Bilbo's trying to go forward again, but he's got no boost, and King Kong should get that one clear all the way over Wako. He'll get it back under control as Smickelbear's pushing in 2 players coming up from Tilburg, and they seem very aggressive, still trying to get another goal and not settling for that 1-0 lead at the minute. King Kong makes a big save. He's going to carry this one out on the right-hand side, but he's got no teammate in support. Boogie's not close enough. We'll make the 50. A demo is going to come in on King Kong as well, but Tilburg will keep pushing anyway. Smickelbear's going to get the shot down off the bar. They can't finish it off.
That was a great chance for Smickelbear there. Could put the game 2 goals in favour of Blue, but instead it's been 1-1. So that chance, missing that chance, has really cost them here.
Yeah, and this is the point I was talking about earlier. If they put all this pressure on going forward, they leave themselves open to the counter-attack. Tilburg have got 8 shots and only scored 1. Ghent go the other way. Bilbo gets 1 chance, puts it straight in the back of the net, and with half the game gone, Tilburg, although they dominated this game for the first half of it, aren't even in the lead.
Yeah, that's a big shame for them, but they've still got plenty of time to come back.
See if they can do that, but they're under pressure again. Bilbo's going to pop this one towards the centre. That demo from Boogies could be huge for Bilbo, who's going to do it all by himself.
No, It's great flick from Bilbo there. As you say, he is probably the carry of this team, and he's showing it there.
Yeah, I think as long as the other two pull their weight, Woko and Stealthy Wolf, and they keep delivering in the defensive side of things, Bilbo can try and get themselves forward, get themselves some goals on the score sheet like they've done now, and they can just sit back and defend this 2-1 lead. They've just got to be careful not to give things away like Stealthy Wolf's done right there to Boogies.
It's Bilbo again. Good 50.
Woko trying to get into middle, but it's not going to happen. Boogies will clear it all the way downfield. Bilbo takes one touch over, comes out to King Kong. This one should back towards the middle off the backboard. Smicklebaird's going to get another shot. It does go down under the bar, and they do get an equaliser.
I mean, Bilbo has given it away there, but I do like the fact that he's trying to dribble the ball rather than just giving it away to the opposition team. You see, his teammates might be a bit panicky and not taking the best touch, but Bilbo's really trying to dribble it so they can keep possession and hit them on the counter.
Yeah, it certainly worked out for them so far. I mean, Ghent have actually had more shots than what I expected now, up to 7 shots. Bilbo having 5 of them. That's going to go all the way down the other end of the field, but Woko will get a touch off to the side. Bilbo's going to send this one forward on the counter again. King Kong will have to make the save. Is there a follow-up coming out? There is eventually from Bilbo. I think he was expecting a teammate in there. And they're opting for a defensive approach, Woko and Stealthy Wolf. Do you think they should get forward and help Bilbo a little bit more, or do you think they should just defend the 2-2 at the minute?
I think that one of them has to play the anchor role here and let Bilbo sort of have a freer role so he can show his creativity on offense. Because that will give him more space to do what he wants.
Yeah, I worry that their reliance on him may hurt them a little bit further down the bracket if they do get through, of course. There is a loser's bracket if they lose this game, and both teams will have the chance of dropping down. Stealthy Wolf catching that one dropping down, slams it straight into the top of the net, and Ghent have defended really well all game, and now they've got the lead with 30 seconds to go. Can they win this one?
I mean, you've been talking about it, and they have stepped up. Stealthy Wolf with a great finish there, stepping up to help out his team.
Yeah, it's good to see someone else getting involved on the score sheet for Ghent as well, and it not just being all the Bilbo show. Because now Tilburg have got to do something. They've got to turn up the pressure really quickly, and at the minute Bilbo's got the ball under control again. Stealthy Wolf's gone for the demo, but Bilbo's giving it away to Smicklebait. Woko's back all by himself. This one's going to drop down low. Stealthy Wolf will get it clear before King Kong can react, and 15 seconds to go. Tilburg need to do something. King Kong back towards the centre. Boogies is up in the air. The 50 is good enough. Can they get it off the line? One more chance maybe here for Tilburg. Still putting on the pressure. King Kong trying to put this one towards the middle. It's not dealt with on the backboard. He might touch this one in. It's a fantastic save by Bilbo, and it will hit the ground, and Ghent will take game number 1.
Right at the end there, they had a shot to tie the game, and unfortunately for them, Ghent managed to scramble it away and take this first game. It almost feels as if they've stolen it in a sense because they were on defense for more of it, but it's good defense at the end of the day.
Yeah, they hold on really well. I think it was looking a little bit panicky, and I thought they might concede at the end, but they defended well. They held on. They got 9 saves coming in from this Ghent side. Really stepped things up. 10 shots from them as well. 13 shots from Tilburg. Both teams taking a lot of shots, and to be honest, for the most part, the defenses were pretty good. It was mainly the goals came in on the counter attack, but now Tilburg have got to try and get themselves a reverse sweep.
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult as we've mentioned earlier. I mean, it's just one game, but they already cannot lose any more games if they want to progress in this tournament. So it's a bit of a difficult situation, but I think they have a very well-rounded squad, so it's very possible.
Yep, we have got map rotation on, so we are going to be going over to what is a very bright Forbidden Temple day. I'm used to seeing the dusk version, which is much darker, but this one's looking pretty bright. So I hope these guys have got their sunglasses on for this one.
I mean, it has been Chinese New Year recently, so maybe this is to celebrate that.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of a theme going. It's fair enough. we'll see then if Tilburg can bounce back and if the Chinese New Year is going to play into their favour. As King Kong will beat past one defender, but Bilbo, of course, is there to cover it and defend it straight away. Stealthy Wolf gets it over one, but the defence for Tilburg should be back as no one's pressuring the ball up the field for Ghent at the moment. Bilbo's going for something off the backboard. He can't find it, though. And at the minute, opening minute, once again, Ghent looking pretty strong, I would say, and Tilburg not having the best start, but they're defending well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a better start as well for both teams not having to concede a goal early.
Yeah, we've only got one shot on the board so far coming in from Woko on the side of Ghent as they try and push forward once again this orange side, and they've looked really, really aggressive compared to the previous game. They're continuing the momentum from the victory. Bilbo's shot is really powerful, finds the top corner, and Ghent once again take the lead.
That is a great touch to centre it for himself and finishes it right in the corner.
Yeah, he didn't have any support in the box. He had two keepers to beat, but it doesn't matter. Bilbo showing time and time again that he can deliver and do it all by himself. He just needs teammates to hold off at the back and do a bit of defensive work, as Woko's going to find one as well. Off the wall from the kickoff, a really good read, and the defence caught out by Tilburg once again.
Speaking of solo plays, not only Bobo can do it, but Woko is stepping up here too. It's a great wall play by Woko here.
Yeah, it's a really good job from them. I mean, you mentioned that it's good to see a 0-0 that no one's conceded early on, and then you completely jinxed it, and now Kent are 2 goals up already, and it's been a while since Tilburg have had an answer, and they might concede a third here. What do you think Tilburg need to do to get themselves back into this game after losing the previous one as well?
I think after a shaky start, you've just got to do the fundamentals right. So back post rotations, keeping the communications up, and just playing your game. And they've also got to believe that they can come back, because they're 1-0 down in the series and 2-0 down in this game. But that's a great response from them to come back there.
Yeah, it's a really good answer. Bilbo's save was blocked out pretty quickly, and this was some good pressure as it got played into the middle. The back post wasn't quite quick enough. Stealthy Wolf couldn't get across to save it, and King Kong's shot powerful enough to get themselves back into this. And with 1:30 to go, they got plenty of time to turn this one around. It was a good time to score for them, I think, to get themselves some pressure upfield. But they need to push on from that now, because I think whenever Tilburg get forward, they look strong, but defensively, when they're under pressure, they sort of struggle to deal with that. And Ghent seem comfortable on the offense as well. So we'll see now if they can get back forward again. There's another shot away from Boogies, but saved out by Woko as he's up in the air trying to get something over to Bilbo in the corner. Smicklebear plays it all the way back upfield. He might have an open net here if he can get another touch, but Stealthy Wolf will deal with it as the touch isn't heavy enough. And 2 minutes gone. Tilburg's starting to look a bit better, Jim Jams. What do you think? Can they come back into this?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think their attack, as you said, is very deadly. As you see there, I mean, three men on the offense, not leaving someone back in the midfield. It's very risky, but you can see here the rewards. They've come back from 2 goals down.
Yeah, it's a great passing play around the area, using the walls to beat out the defenders and stop them reading it, and there's a really great offense from Tilburg. And this is what we saw at the start of the previous game, but it was sort of a bit absent towards the end and the start of this one. But they're getting back into the swing of things. They need to win this game, or they will be straight down to the losers bracket. It is a best of 3, this one. As Ghent trying to finish it off. That's a great ball into the middle from Stealthy Wolf, but Woko isn't there quick enough. As Smicklebear breached too. Bilbo's been beaten as well. King Kong's got a one-on-one if he can beat Stealthy Wolf. That's a brilliant save by Stealthy Wolf to keep that one out for Ghent as they play it back upfield for the counter again. And this orange team, they love a good counter attack, waiting for Tilburg to attack. Who do you think then, if I had to give you a prediction, do you think that Tilburg are going to take the sweep here, or will Ghent take a sweep, or will Tilburg bring one back?
It's hard to say, because Tilburg's offense is so strong, but that might be one of the reasons why their defense is weak, since they commit so many bodies forward. I have to say though, after that 2-goal comeback, they have the momentum, so I'm expecting them to complete the comeback in this game.
Yeah, the momentum I think is so important. And if they can find a third goal, Boogies has got a great chance here, and he will find it straight into the middle. It's an awkward bounce for the goalkeeper, and Tilburg will take the lead.
So much for the commentators' curse. They managed to come back from 2 goals down, and let's see if they can maintain this lead.
Yeah, I think they heard you this time, Jim Jams. They felt your energy supporting them, believe that they could get a victory with this this great offense that they've got at the moment. As Boogies gets another shot. It's a double commit from Bilbo, but it's not going to matter as Stealthy Wolf will try and push forward now again. for Ghent, but immediately back under pressure, King Kong will put it back into the corner. Bilbo's going to try and go all the way by himself, as we've seen him do before. But they need that pressure. I think they're lacking it. They're relying too much on Bilbo now, and I know we've talked about how good he is, but the other two sitting too far back for me is just limiting their goal scoring chances going forward.
I mean, it's a tricky one because if you rotate as normal and give each of your team members the same opportunities, it's harder because Bilbo's obviously the higher ranked player, and I still feel as if you have to give him as much space as possible.
Yeah, that's true. He certainly tried to pop it up there and make something of it, and then he got a demo as well on the other end, but again there was no follow-up. He calls out another one, because Stealthy Wolf nearly found Woko in the corner. They need an answer again. They've got 40 seconds to do it, or we are going to a game number 3. Stealthy Wolf will take his time in the corner. He's going to dribble this one. Can he beat King Kong is the question. He can. He's got Smicklebear pushing in though to find King Kong on the wall. He's going to go for something really special, but Bilbo is not going to have an issue dealing with it in the net at the minute. 27 seconds in Tilburg, all the pressure. Is there any hope for Ghent in this one with 20 seconds to go?
Oh, it's continued pressure from Tilburg is really paying off here, and with being a goal down, you really need to find a way to get out of your half there.
Yeah, I think the continued pressure has really helped them get forward consistently. They're up to 10 shots in this one, Tilburg. And to be fair to them, Ghent have got 9 as well, but they've not managed to convert enough. Woko having the most of them, 4 shots, only got 1 goal as they look for another one. If Smicklebear can turn this one in, Stealthy Wolf will send it all the way downfield. But with 5 seconds ticking on the clock, it looks like Ghent aren't going to be able to pull this one back, even if Stealthy Wolf can score here, and we will be going to a game number 3.
Yeah. I think that's a great response from Tilburg. I mean, keeping their game. I mean, we know what their game is. It's very high pressure, but even after the first game losing, after Ghent just sat back, they kept believing in their way of playing, and they've reaped the rewards of it.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point. I do think that if this Tilburg team keeps the pressure up like they did in this game, and at the start of the first one, that they should be the better team. I think when you're relying completely on Bilbo to get your team across the line and get a result, it's certainly going to be more difficult. Whereas if you've got a well-rounded team, you can rely on the players across the board. And I think Tilburg should be the favourite coming into this game 3, especially with the momentum as well. But whether they can get that result across the line is a completely different story with how unpredictable these games can be.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of looking that way now. Yeah, but they have all the momentum, but you know, anything can happen still, and hopefully we have a good next match, and Ghent can create more chances.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. I think it's going to be another close one. This one was running down, and the previous one, to be fair, to the last few seconds, and there was a chance of a final goal to equalise things up in the first one, but this one was shut down by a 4th goal late on from Tilburg. As we go on to Champions Field, it seems weird to be on this one so early, because it is a best of 3. This one is the decider between Tilburg United and Ghent. The team will make it through to the 3rd round, and who will be down to the losers bracket? Stealthy Wolf goes straight through with the kickoff as Tilburg decided to fake it for some reason, but it didn't really pay off in their favour, as King Kong is forced to make a save as they rotate out defensively at the moment. And Ghent with a decent start, but under a bit of pressure once again. If you thought that, if I said that Tilburg I thought would be the stronger team coming into this, would you agree with that, or do you think Ghent is still in with a really good chance?
I would have to agree with you. They have one standout player, Ghent, and it's very apparent when you have one player running the show, and whereas with Tilburg you have all 3 of them can create great scoring chances, so it creates for a bigger threat.
Yeah, I've seen King Kong play in a few of the leagues as well. I know he's a formidable player, and he's pretty strong going forward, so we'll see if they can get out of the defence. So they're really struggling at the minute, to be fair. Ghent doing a great job of putting this pressure forward as Bilbo puts it back into the blue corner again. King Kong once again is there to clear it, and we'll try and get another read awkwardly on the wall. Stealthy Wolf waiting in the back line, does get it over King Kong as well, but Boogie should be up to clear this one downfield. They do need a 3rd man follow-up though, and they're just going to give away possession. That's sloppy from Tilburg, as they just let Ghent push back forward. And I don't know if you picked up on that, Jim Jams, the rotation there, just Ghent being so careful not to push forward again.
Yeah, it's pretty strange. You're seeing like a role reversal here, whereas Gent have been the one putting the pressure. But just as I say that, Tilburg managed to score on the counter attack. Complete change of fortunes.
Yeah, I think a little bit against the runner player, if I'm honest. Woko was an absolute disaster on the front post trying to save that one. I think he would be expected to do a lot better than that and just tipped it into the back of his own net. And Gent have probably looked the better team in this opening few minutes. But this is the way Rocket League goes. You make one mistake and you put yourselves behind. And certainly now it's all to play for in this final game. See who gets through. Woko's got a man in the middle if he can find him. But Smickelbear up quick enough to deal with it. Stealthy Wolf down to Bilbo. Gets one touch towards the net. Boogies will make the save. And Tilburg still under relentless pressure. They are in the lead somehow. But Gent have been a far, far better side for me in this game number 3.
It's a great adjustment they've made, seeing what's been happening in the past 2 games, and especially in the last half of the second game. They knew they had to make a change in order to get back in the series, and they've done just that. And Bilbo managing to score an open net after a demo there.
Yeah, Bilbo utilising that demo perfectly to take out the third man, I believe that was, and just turn around, dribble it in all by himself, and really he steps up every time they need him, and the goal probably deserves, to be honest, for Gent at this point in time. With nearly half the game gone, 1-1 again, things levelled up, but Tilburg have got to do some more to get forward. King Kong onto the backboard, Smickelbear can't read it, Boogies with a shot, but it's straight into the path of Bilbo, who'll make a very, very easy save indeed as they try and get forward. Now we're seeing Tilburg finally put some pressure on, which is what I expected from the start, and maybe they finally found their form, Jim Jams.
Yeah, maybe it being a game 3, they didn't want to risk too much, but you've got to believe in your game, and both teams are looking like they're upping the aggression at the moment.
Yeah, Woko's got a high backboard for this one, but King Kong does well to deal with it. Bilbo will shadow this one all the way back into the orange half as he plays it downfield once again. And it's away by Smickel. King Kong putting a high one onto the backboard. Stealthy Wolf needs to read this one. He doesn't, and Boogie's is first there, but Bilbo will make a save as well. King Kong trying to get something going again. I think he was going for a flip reset there, but Bilbo says absolutely no chance. You're not having it as he goes downfield, trying to create something for himself off the ceiling. What a save by Boogies to keep Tilburg at a 1-1 scoreline as they try and get forward on the counter. We've already seen them score once from that scenario. King Kong slams it down, but Bilbo again gets rid of it. And look at the scoreboard, Jim Jams. Does that not tell the story? It's 318 points to Bilbo, the other two under 100.
I mean, usually I would say that points aren't as important as they would look, but in this case it is Bilbo definitely stealing the show here and carrying this team to a 2-1 victory. It's a great demo as well by his teammate for him to score an open net.
Yeah, I was going to say as well, talking about that, just mention that demo from Woko coming in really, really important timing to get that open net to find for Bilbo. And I mean, it's a great piece of play, and they're trying to work forward again. Tilburg, they got a minute 20 to do so. The ball is not cleared correctly, and Smickelbear will punish, and just as quickly as Gent took the lead, Tilburg equalised.
That is a bit of a poor touch from Woko. I think he was trying to control it, but seeing as there was an attacker right in front of him, he probably should have tried to clear it instead.
Yeah, once again levelled back up. This series seems so close. King Kong will get a read off the kickoff from the wall, and Tilburg from 2-1 down and looking behind in this game for so long have found themselves a quick lead.
You see that one mistake from earlier has cost them the lead, and now you can see Tilburg now are in the lead. It's very, very punishing.
Gent will be extremely disappointed, I think, if they lose this one after the start they had. They've been a little bit unfortunate, but like you say, if they make a few mistakes and don't take their chances correctly, but they're going to get another one. Bilbo will find the open net from that backboard read, and once again, the scoring is back up for Gent, 3-3 again, and where do we go from here, Jim Jams? Both teams scoring left, right and centre.
I mean, it's pretty great, actually. Both teams, like, just attacking a lot more than, especially Gent from previous games. They're really showing that they can be a creative force. Not only Bilbo, but all three of them can create chances.
Downfield now from Tilburg. Woko is in the net, gets bumped out by Boogies, and Smickelbear will find the open net, and just like that again, the goals keep coming. Tilburg back into the lead as soon as Gent turned things around.
I love that from Boogie's, he sees that he's in front of the play and one of his teammates is about to hit the ball. So the most useful thing you can do is to get rid of the opposition goalkeeper.
Yeah, we've had a few demos in this series now, and they've really been important. Just getting under a bit of pressure there, but Woko and Bilbo get it away to safety as they try and pass it downfield. Stealthy Wolf last man under pressure from King Kong. He's first man up, but what a save from Woko to keep this game within one as Boogie's now tries to put it mid again. Another player from Tilburg is up. Smickelbear can't find the contact, and Stealthy Wolf should carry this one down to safety, but 30 seconds. They need another answer again, and they need Bilbo. They need him now more than ever. Smickelbear's gone forward. There he is to make the save. As Boogie's puts it back towards the middle, and Tilburg, they step up this pressure every time in the last few seconds. Can they do it? Can they get this equaliser?
You see that they're a bit slow as the second man to the ball there. That's
an incredible bump, and Bilbo finds an equaliser.
On an equaliser, it's I still feel they're a bit slow as the second man to the balls. They need to keep up the pressure more, but the second man seems a bit hesitant to the ball, which allows Tilburg to come back and pressure them again in their own half.
Yeah, Stealthy Wolf got a bump on the keeper on the line. It looks like we're going to go to an overtime in this game number 3 as it gets cleared all the way downfield and should hit the floor. Both Woko and Stealthy Wolf getting demos on the line to allow Bilbo to score, who's now up to 906 points in this game. It's 4-4. We'll see who's going to take this one and go cruising on to round 3 in the EURC. Qualifier number 1, Smickelbear will get it clear. Bilbo's on that side wall. He plays it towards the middle. Stealthy Wolf is there to collect. Back to Bilbo again into the centre. Has he got the double touchdown? He absolutely does. Bilbo gets his 5th goal, and Ghent will take down Tilburg.
I mean, it is the Bilbo show. What a double touch and read from him, and he's really carried his team through this series, getting over 1,000 points.
It was really looking in doubt at one point for Ghent, conceding back-to-back goals from Tilburg, but they kept the resolve. They turned things around, and of course Bilbo gets all the goals. But Woko and Stealthy Wolf, their contribution with the disruptions and the demos, I think really helped Ghent get this victory. And in the end, they probably deserved it. They played really well in this game 3, sorry.
Yeah, they made that adjustment from the previous games, and they didn't want to sit back in their half and just soak up pressure. I think that adjustment and upping the aggression to put pressure onto Tilburg was really useful for them, and you could see that with them scoring 5 goals this game. It's a lot more than previous games.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good series overall. I think Ghent did well. They found the trick, like you say, to finally get some goals. They changed up their strategy. It definitely worked, and they did a great job to turn this one around and take down Tilburg in the end. But that was the series. Ghent will get through to round number 3. Tilburg will go down to the losers bracket. They're not out just yet, but we'll be back pretty soon. We just got to take a quick break, and then we'll bring round 3 to you, so please don't go anywhere.
And I start to think, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Honey, I'm a, yeah. Oh, oh, oh.
Welcome back to the EURC qualifier number 1. I'm once again Astral, joined by Jim Jams. We've got another match coming up for you, another round 3 game. This time it's Staffordshire Bibham taking on the Northern Lions, and this one should be a really, really good game, I think. You got any thoughts on this one, Jim Jams, coming into it?
I mean, I'm not that familiar with either of the teams, but I know Northern Lions. I've played them before in the Newell, and they were pretty good. I think they beat us quite handily there.
Okay, well, if you're in the, I know you're in the IL. If you pay any close attention to the other leagues, you will know some of the players. The Staffordshire Bibham team is Loza, Bread, and Skizrald. So Bread has been a member of Tofu and Family Master team for a few seasons. Loza up there as well. These guys all 1800 kind of region, 1800 plus, I would say 1900 maybe for Bread as well. So Staffordshire Bibham a good team, and Northern Lions one of the better Dutch teams as well. I think definitely previously they would have been seen to qualify immediately, but not this time around. But we'll see how they get on in this bracket as we get straight into this round 3 matchup then between Northern Lions and Staffordshire Bibham. Looks like we're back on Urban Central. The Skizrald takes the kickoff, meeting in the middle with Cyrus. He's changed his name just down to Cy. Jordan. They carry this one out over 1 as Skizrald pushes in towards the centre. They're working forward here, Staffordshire, keeping the pressure on nice and early, as we've seen in previous series. And there's going to be an early shot as well, and an early lead coming out as Loza puts Staffordshire in front.
It's a fast start from Staffordshire, and they reap the benefits there. I mean, you've really got to start fast in these best of 3 series.
Yeah, I mean, you made that point in the previous series, and I think you're absolutely right. If you don't get going from the get-go and it takes you 5 or 10 minutes to get up to the pace you should be playing at, you're really going to hinder your team's performance. And Staffordshire not messing around as Loza finds that early goal, but Northern Lions coming back, trying to create something of their own. Size in the corner, though. He will get beaten out. He's got no boost. He's going to have to rotate. Jordan will find Noddy towards the centre. It's off the post, and Bread will get it clear just in the nick of time. And really, Northern Lions had a great chance to equalise there, but this is the things that you mentioned, hitting the post early on. It's vital that they get that goal, and that could have been a great chance wasted.
Yeah, I mean, Noddy might want that one back, but it's still early on the game. They've got 4 minutes to try and make a comeback here.
Yeah, I think this one seems really fast pace, as well from the get-go. Noddy's trying to go all the way and get something going of his own. The shot is blocked out by Skizrald just in time as Jordan plays it into the corner. Skizrald not going to get a read, but Bread will help him out. Loza should get this one clear as well, as they do work the ball upfield, these Staffordshire boys. Skizrald trying to chase this one back towards the centre. Noddy trying to find a pass across, but cut out by Bread, who's working forward with that pink octane with a very interesting decal indeed. Loz plays it towards the centre. Skizrald should collect on the right hand side, and Northern Lions defending pretty well, to be fair. Both teams only had 1 and 2 shots respectively, so there's a lot to be left in this game compared to the previous one, and I think these teams are still finding their form. Would you think that's fair?
Yeah, I think they're still feeling the other team out a little bit, but that's what happens in the first few minutes before we really get to see one team really put their foot down in a game.
Yeah, Skizrald's going to win back-to-back 50s to carry the ball forward and then get demoed, but he didn't have any boost left anyway. Loza with a great chance here, but going to take his time and also get demoed as Noddy on a rampage taking out the players, and that's an open net for Staffordshire. Skizrald can't get up, and Loza's not going to respawn in time, and Northern Lions will find their equaliser.
That demo actually messed up with Staffordshire's rotation, so I think it was Skizrald who went for that ball, but he didn't realise that he was actually last man there and perhaps could have stayed back.
Yeah, I wonder if because of the demolition on Loza that he thought he would have respawned in time, but it takes longer than you think sometimes, as it definitely cost him. He wasn't back quick enough. Skizrald up, passes it towards the middle. Brett can't get the finish, and Skizrald was on that post where he aimed it as well, which didn't help them one bit. Noddy clears it forward for the Lions, but straight back to Staffordshire as Bread coming forward from Skizrald up onto the backboard. Can he tap this one down? He can't get a touch on it, and Loza won't get a chance as Noddy takes this one away. Northern Lions looking for a counter-attack off the post. Does get tipped up. The clearance isn't good enough, and there should be a follow-up. Jordan slams it in, and Northern Lions have currently turned around this game, and they're back in front.
Yeah, I mean that is a poor chance by Bread there. He was low boost, so it's pretty difficult to get a good clear from that situation. But Northern Lions making a comeback out of game 1.
Yeah, it was certainly a difficult read, I think, in front of the goal in that position he was in, but he tried his best and his teammates couldn't help him out enough as Staffordshire are going to try and come back the other way. Bread gets a shot, but he can't quite get it under the bar, as now Northern Lions are trying to push forward again. Sai trying to get this one towards the net, but Loza there to defend it. Skizrald in an interesting position, facing the wrong direction, but Loza will cut across and help him out. Misses the boost ball on one, but actually ends up beating a defender on another, as Skizrald can't make this one into the middle, misses the touch and will have to rotate out, but does get a demo on the way through. And the game has sort of slowed down a bit. I think Staffordshire need to push forward and really put pressure on now, because they've got 1:30 to go.
Yeah, I mean, I do like that from Skizrald. Like he did miss the centre ball to pass to his teammates, but instead of just rotating out straight away, he went to search for demos, which really keep the pressure up for Staffordshire, especially being a goal down.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think it's a smart play for them to try and work the way past the Northern Lions defence, but unfortunately his teammates weren't upfield quick enough to get in a position to act on it. Noddy now with a shot towards the middle, size in there to get the pass though, but he can't turn it on target, and 1 minute to go. We'll see if Staffordshire can get one back. They're only within one. Bread in the middle, waiting for Skizrald's pass. It does go down off the bar this time, and Skizrald will find the equaliser for Staffordshire with the help of Bread.
I mean, that's a great centre ball from Skizrald there. Like showing off his mechanics there with the air rolling into a centre pass to Bread.
Yeah, it was a great play. I think they really needed something to get them back into this one. They've had more shots, 6-4 on the side of Northern Lions, so they've definitely been getting forward, but the defence not been the best so far for Staffordshire. But certainly they're going to step it up, I think, from here. We know that they're a good team and they can be better. Bread trying to drop another one down. He's got Skizrald coming up as well. Going to get another touch off the backboard. And Staffordshire have turned this one around. And once again, we've got one team in the lead, another team in the lead, and back and forth. But 41 seconds. Can Staffordshire see out this win, Jim Jones?
I mean, they've really upped the pace now after that slowish sort of game spell in the middle of the game. Especially Skizrald, I see him like really stepping up now, and it's great to see from a Staffordshire point of view.
Yeah, and then Bread gets another one as well for Staffordshire. I think Northern Lions having a little bit of trouble in the defence. That pinch went straight through to Bread, and Sai just caught out in the corner, couldn't get back across to cover it or get anything on it to get it clear. And Bread will find another goal on 30 seconds to go. I mean, 4-2 to Staffordshire. It's looking pretty good for this Staffordshire team now, and the Dutch side of Northern Lions have got their work cut out for them. Steve Jordan can get this one into midfield. He's trying to go for his own pass, but he couldn't get anything on it. Noddy gets beaten as well, as Staffordshire looking for a 5th goal, and that pinch is huge downfield from Sai. There's a demo, but Skizrald should get this one clear. 15 seconds. I can't see much coming back from here, Jim Jams. I think Staffordshire have got this one wrapped up.
Yeah, there's just no time for Northern Lions to come back in this game.
Do you think then that Staffordshire were the better team and deserve this victory? Because Northern Lions, they certainly had their moments, and can Northern Lions come back and win game 2?
Yeah, they started off the stronger out of the two teams with the early goal, but I think as Staffordshire settled down, they showed their quality there, and they did look the better team than Staffordshire. So I think it might be harder for Northern Lions to come back in this game.
Yeah, I think Northern Lions played a solid game, but I think overall, like you say, I think the Staffs looked better. They took the chances. They had multiple shots coming up high off the backboard that they knocked down pretty nicely. And I think Northern Lions have got to do a better job of defending that backboard if they want any chance of winning this game, because defensively they seem to really struggle to get the ball away at these precious moments.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, having someone rotate to the backboard when there's someone already back post, I think that's quite important to cover all of the areas in defense.
Yeah, we'll see then if Northern Lions can turn things around. We just had to get some a quick reset in and out for a couple of the players in the lobby to sort things out, which is why we're not back underway. But we will get this one going again shortly. I wonder then if with the map rotation, if we'll be going back. There we are to the bright day of Forbidden Temple once again. It's a
Happy
pretty
tra-
nice looking map, this one. What do you think?
I mean, it's unusual because usually when you're playing this online, it's I think it's like dawn or dusk, so it's a lot brighter than usual. I don't know if that will put any of the players off. I certainly hope not.
I quite like the saturation of the colours though. I think it's quite a nice map to look at, to be honest, with in the daytime. We'll see then if it's going to help the Northern Lions turn things around on Forbidden Temple. But at the minute, Bread's going to come forward. He does get beat though. We'll see if Staffordshire can do something to get this one out cleanly, as Skizrald unfortunately passes the ball through to Noddy. Jordan will try and find it back into the centre for a Northern Lions teammate. Bread's on the backboard. Can he get a second touch? Doesn't block it out, but Side's shot is off target as they're coming forward now. Loz gets it over two. All Bread's got to do is turn it on target. Has he found the bottom corner? He has, and again Staffordshire come out the quicker team and they take the lead.
Yeah, they just seem to start faster than Northern Lions, and that's a great start to the game for them if they want to come back in this series.
Yeah, there was a double commit there at the back as well from Northern Lions. Both of the second and third man went flying in for the ball, got beat out by the pass, and then of course there was nowhere for them to go. So I think they've got to step up this defense if they want any chance of coming back. This Skizrald been also pretty aggressive himself and now got to defend all by himself. He's helped Sai get an opening goal for Northern Lions, and just like that the equaliser's come back in.
I mean, that is a very difficult situation to be in with your back to the ball, and you don't know whether to go for it or not, because if you do, you're most likely going to get a poor touch, and you're hoping that your teammate comes and helps you there.
Yeah, I think that Skiz probably should have left that one for Bread so he could get a straight clear. He ended up helping Sai find it into the back of the net. As now Northern Lions coming forward again. This one's off the post. Bread will clear it to the sidewall before they can get another shot away, but Noddy plays it back into the centre again. Loz is clear downfield is good, and Jordan's not the best touch either to get it clear defensively. Skizrald dropping it towards the centre. There's no Staffordshire follow-up quick enough though, and that was a great chance for them to take the lead, but there was nowhere to be found, and Staffordshire playing defensively at the moment, Jim Jones.
I mean, yeah, I think they do have to tighten up the defense, but they are behind, so they've got to find a way to create chances as well as defending cleanly.
Sai goes up as he waits round. Oh, and he's going to miss the touch there. That's unfortunate. Northern Lions need to get themselves together. They look a little bit shaky at the moment. Noddy gets the 50 back towards the centre. He's got a teammate in the middle. Sai though is going to, with the one, to come in and take it instead of being the third man back. Mazza should get that one clear off the backboard. They need a follow-up. Noddy is there, going to get the shot away, but it's not enough power to challenge the Staffordshire defence at the moment, and Jordan going to struggle to get this one. And again, Staffordshire just push up field, and Northern Lions really struggling to get a grasp on this game. Whenever they start to create a good play, there's a mistake in there, someone missing the ball. And do you think they're a bit nervous about being on stream or qualifying through this stage, Jim Jams? Because this Northern Lions team, they don't seem like they're at their best.
I mean, yes, it's a possibility, but it is still the qualifying stage of the EURC, so you'd hope that it wouldn't be too nerve-wracking. But you never know, some of these players might not have played much on stream before, and it might be getting to their head a little bit.
It's certainly not been, I don't think, the best performance from Northern Lions we've ever seen. They used to be a very, very strong team indeed, as Sai's finding Noddy up into the centre. That's a great angle, to be fair, but Skizrald is up in plenty of time to get the save, as now Loz is one-on-one with Jordan, tries to do something fancy, can't pull it off. Skizrald's shot is good, Jordan doesn't react, and Staffordshire get themselves the second goal and they're back in the lead.
That is slightly fortunate, because that flick from Loz was pretty poor, to be honest with you, and you know, in that situation, you've just got to try and get the ball out, and unfortunately for Jordan, he couldn't get a better touch out.
Yeah, we'll see where this one's going. Might drop right in front of the net, and they might get an equaliser. Bread is forced to make a very difficult save, but he does get it, and downfield as well. Loz is upfield. He can turn this one on target if he can get the angle. He can't find it. Skidrod hits the post as well, but Northern Lions still struggling to get it away. Finally, Noddy gets something to carry downfield. Finds the flip reset over one, but Loza says no, thank you. Clears it over to the side. Skizrald then finding Loza again downfield, and these passing plays from Staffordshire looking pretty good, but they couldn't find contact. And to be honest, I'm not sure about you, James Jams, but the minute, I just don't see Northern Lions coming back into this one, despite being only one goal down.
Yeah, it's been a tricky one for them. I mean, looking at Sai, I saw some of his rotations. Like he, instead of backing away when his opponent was clearly going to beat him, he went anyway, and he had to sort of scramble back, and he's been making some front post rotations. It's not looking the cleanest on defense for Northern Lions.
Yeah, and they've only got a minute to turn things around as well. Staffordshire up in the series, one game away from taking it, and at the minute we're not going to get close to that Champions Field game number 3 unless they can do something about it. Jordan is on the backboard, but he's got no boost. He could really do with some help from his teammates. It's not going to happen. Loza finds it towards the centre, also on no boost. Bread should be in that corner to deliver something back into the middle. Skizraud could follow it up, but Bread's going to go all the way by himself. He goes all the way through nearly, but the save is made just in time by Noddy, and now Northern Lions have got 45 seconds. The Skizraud's wasting their time in the corner, and they've got to get forward. This is a great chance for them, but again, tipped away by Bread. 30 seconds. Can they get anything back in this game, Jim Jams? It doesn't look like it, with Loza scoring another goal.
That's the third man commit there from Northern Lions there, and I see you. There's only 30 seconds left, so they've got to try and put the pressure on, but it's the fundamentals that's causing them to lose this game here.
Yeah, I do agree. I think that in certain areas they've just looked a bit shaky, not at their best. They've not stepped up when it matters. Jordan might have a chance here though, but again, Skizrael gets across, gets the block in time, and they seem pretty comfortable. It's not been a perfect performance from Staffordshire by any means, but it's definitely been pretty solid, as Brad now will take this one under control. 10 seconds to go. Can he find a fourth goal for Staffordshire as they get forward one more time? Skizrael can't find the read. Jordan might actually beat Loz here, who's committed last man, but Brad is back in time to cover it off anyway, and with a 2-goal lead, it doesn't look like it's going to cause any more problems. He's gone for the musty off the wall, but they get the final touch. It hits the ground, and Staffordshire take 3-1, and they take the series 2-0, and Northern Lions will drop down to the losers bracket.
Yeah, that was a pretty tough series for Northern Lions. They never seem to get a foothold of the game and really implement their style, but that's nothing to take away from Staffordshire here. They played very clean Rocket League, with some creative plays and passing plays from the sidewall and centering the ball as well.
Yeah, I think there wasn't anything amazing from Staffordshire. They just did the basics really, really well, and that certainly played into their favour. It helped them out, and they played a solid performance, and they can be happy with that now, going through to the round 4, which is in fact the quarter-final. So that goes up to best of 5. So they're going to have a very nice game on their hands coming up next against, not sure quite who could be at, Erasmus Esports, I believe, or Beckett's Bears. But that is it for round 3. We'll be back with a quarter-final game pretty shortly. So go have a quick break, run to the toilet, get a drink, and we'll see you soon.
The future's far away, but I'll stay, I'll stay. Just take a leap of faith, we'll find a way for you and me. Can't look back and run from what I feel inside. There's no more time to hide, because I feel again, I feel again. Oh, now I feel again. We're bringing this back to life. I feel it again, I feel it again, I feel again. We're bringing this back to life. Help me find the right words to say to get us back on our way. Can we try to fight against the grain of throwing out what we made? The future's far away, but I'll stay, because I feel again, I feel again. Oh, now I feel again. We're bringing this back to life. We're picking up where we left off and on again. We never quite could forget, 'cause what we got so intense. I feel it again, I feel it again, I feel it again. We're bringing this back to life.
the EU Open Qualifier 1. My name is Astral, and once again, Jim Jams is joining me. This time we're into the quarterfinals. We got some best of fives coming up. Staffordshire, once again, Bim Bam back on your screen for the second series in a row. This time taking on Erasmus Rotterdam. And now you've had a little bit of time, Jim Jams. You've seen Staffordshire play once. What do you make of them?
I mean, from that last series, like you said, it's very, very clean rotations and fundamentals. But they might need to step it up here because they're facing a team who finished third in the Dutch University League, and they're kind of tipped to qualify for EURC. So a big step up from the previous game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a difficult one. I think Northern Lions was a good warm-up game for the Staffordshire Bim Bam, and now they've got to certainly not make too many mistakes and certainly prepare themselves for what could be a very, very difficult game, because Erasmus Esports, like you said, third in the Dutch League, a really good team, tipped to get through and make it through to the EURC. So certainly, if the Dutch League had 4 teams make it through, then they'd already be qualified. So this is certainly going to be a difficult one for Staffordshire, but not out of their reach. They're a good team as well, like you said. They got the fundamentals down, and they can definitely take this if they play the right way. But of course, best of 5 now as well. So there's more opportunities for Staffordshire to take games if Erasmus get off to a good start.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, we'll kick off with game number 1 then. Best of 5. We'll see where this one starts. Erasmus looking like the favourites, but you never know. We got to trust in some of the staff guys a little bit who've been around the block in NSC and EURC a few times, and they're off to an early start here. Loz will find the opening goal. First shot of the game. Staffordshire already in the lead.
I mean, that is a bit of a poor clear there from Erasmus, and Staffordshire capitalise.
Yeah, it's a great way to open things up from Staffordshire when we're talking about that they need to step things up now in this series to get themselves an opening goal. Even if it is a defensive mistake, they'll happily take it, I'm sure. But Erasmus going to quickly come back the other way and find a very, very quick answer indeed as Onko fires that one straight into the near post top corner, and that's a nice equaliser.
Yeah, straight back at it, and it's a great way to respond. You know, straight back in there, tying up the game.
Yeah, nice early start. 13 seconds gone, 2 goals already. Both teams scoring their first shot of the game, which is lovely to see. Callio trying to carry this one all the way downfield. Can't do much about it as it takes a touch now. Staffordshire going forward.
Callio possibly bringing out his freestyler colours with the breakout this game.
Yeah, it's an unusual pick actually. Not a card we see used too often, but maybe he's going to show why it used to certainly be popular. Not so much anymore. I remember back in the old RLCS days, it was certainly a popular pick then, but it's not been favourable since the Dominus came out. But Staffordshire going on the absolute montage here, demoing the Erasmus backline, but couldn't manage to make anything of it. They couldn't get a second goal to add to their tally, but Loza will get that one clear for now. Callio going to pop it up again, see if he's going to follow it up. He's not. He's going to leave the clearance for Skizround as there's a team bump in there from Erasmus, and Brad should get that one clear for now, but it's dropping straight down above the net. Onko will finish it off underneath, and Erasmus Esports take the lead.
I think one of the things you certainly don't want to do as a defender is to get dunked, so the ball can go really dangerously in your centre, and that's what happened there. And it's so difficult to defend that bounce off the backboard, which goes straight down, and you don't really know as a defender where it's going to bounce, so you can clear it.
Yeah, we'll see then if they can. The Staffordshire can turn things around after that sloppy defending, but like you say, the ball coming down is very, very difficult to deal with, and certainly it's not the end of the world for them. They had a decent start. They've actually got 3 shots to 2 at the moment as they're pushing forward again, trying to put some pressure on Erasmus and get the demos as Brett's carrying this one all the way through. He can't pinch it under the bar, and Skizrow finds himself underneath the ball, and they're passing it back, and he's caught out his own passing play there as Brett on the Staffordshire side of things, but it is allowing Skizrow to go back forward. But nothing's come out of it as of yet, and I think Erasmus just looking comfortable defending. They don't seem too worried.
Yeah, they seem content with their lead early on, and with a great chance here, Loz takes it.
A lovely bit of caster's curse from me there, saying they look comfortable. The backboard is missed. Onko can't make the read, and they're left scrambling to try and save this one as Bread find Loza in the centre, and they really, really should have done better to deal with that earlier on. I thought they were handling it fine, but got to try and clear the ball downfield. You don't want to be soaking up the pressure for that long. Perhaps he ran out of boost, and that's why I couldn't make the backboard clearance. And now Erasmus got to come forward again. Got to show what they're made of. And at the minute, they've had 2 goals in 2 shots. Staffordshire already up to 6.
Yeah.
Always a whiff coming in there from Maxio as Lozza's trying to go all the way by himself. Does get blocked out by Onko. Shot comes towards the centre, or maybe a pass from Skizral, but let's see if Staffordshire aren't giving up. They seem to be having a lot of pressure here, and Erasmus, do you think they want to defend? Because they've only had 2 shots so far, and that's slightly concerning for me.
I mean, it is 2-2, so I doubt they'd want to defend so early on. You just see they're getting in each other's way a bit there. Kallio is playing he's cutting rotations quite often. Maybe he is their best player, but he's getting in the way of his teammates, so it's causing a few double commits here and there.
Yeah, he had a pass coming his way as well there in the midfield, but he didn't get anything on it. Onko will take a shot this time, but the save was pretty comfortable for Bread as he tries to go downfield. Now, no boost though, and Maxio will take it the other way. Skizral's in a bit of trouble here, but he does block out the attempt from Onko. Now, as Staffs try and come the other way, Lozza can't beat past Onko once again, and Onko's been a real pain at the minute for Staffordshire. They can't get past him. He's blocking everything. He's scored 2 goals already. Seems like he's going to be a thorn in their side, and there he is again with a huge save to keep Rotterdam level. And I mean, he's got to be the player of the game so far, surely.
Yeah, he's got to be. I mean, he's really covering up the holes there, letting Kallio do his thing, and there's a freestyler cart there. So he's plugging the holes quite well there.
Lozza thought he had a great chance there, but he ran out of boost, and the bump comes back in onto Kallio in the box, and Bread will find the open net.
It's a great bump. He comes off the wall there, wave dashes, and then bumps Kallio. It's a great awareness there to know where the goalkeeper is.
Yeah, it's a really good bump when he couldn't get the read. He ran out of boost, but he still made himself useful in the box, which is great to see. But the kickoff's not gone their way for Staffordshire, and Erasmus comes straight back. Rotterdam are level.
That is one of the most painful things. After you've worked so hard to try and get a goal, like just to have it immediately cancelled out there, it must be a heartbreaker.
Yeah, especially after the work they did that went into that goal, all that pressure, that really good bump coming in from Lozza, just to have it thrown away off a kickoff. It's so unfortunate, but such is the way of Rocket League. These things happen. Maxio's going to be found from Kallio in the middle of the field and beats the last man. And just like that, Rotterdam have taken the lead.
Yeah, great speed from Kallio to be able to get a touch and then another touch to pass it to Maxio there.
This is looking much better from Erasmus Rotterdam. There was a little bit of a shaky start. Staffordshire looked like they were having a good run, but finally the Dutch side have found a little bit of form. They seem to be back to playing how we expect from them, and Kallio's been getting forward. Onko's been fantastic in this game as well. We'll see now if Staffordshire have any way of coming back. 45 seconds. Bread's looking for something special. There's no read there from Rotterdam, and Lozza gets the shot away, but Maxio will tip it out under from the crossbar, and Skizral trying to get a bump to allow his teammates to push forward again as last man Bread comes in. Skizral waiting on that left-hand side. Can get a 50 into middle. Is there a follow-up? Onko should make the save, and Lozza's not quick enough to stop Kallio making the clear. Maybe one last chance here for Rotterdam coming forward. Again, cut out by Bread for now, and Staffordshire 20 seconds on the clock. They need to do something to turn this one around, or they're going to go 1 game down in this series. Kallio trying to put more pressure on again. The pass coming through to Maxio. Skizral will clear it upfield. Lozza's already up. The ball's going to hit wide of the post. Is there a follow-up? One last chance for Bread off the backboard. The finish could come in. Skizral will find it, and Staffordshire have the equaliser.
It's a great follow-up from his teammates. Loz actually, him not hitting the target there has actually allowed his teammates to come and make a play there on the ball.
You felt it was coming from Staffordshire. There was a little bit of momentum coming in that defence, and they slowly built things up, and by the end of that, I think they deserve that goal at the end. They've had so much pressure. They've had 12 shots in this game. They do need to get it clear, though, and Bread will do exactly that. It should touch down. It does. We're going to get overtime in game number 1 to start off a very competitive best of 5, and we'll see if Staffordshire had the lead at the start. Can they get the turnaround once again? Bread's going to have a chance here to pop this one up towards the Rotterdam defence, but he can't do it all by himself, and Onko will get it clear for now. Kallio's going to try and come in and help him. Does whiff the ball, and Lozza will take this one, trying to go upfield once again. Out of boost, though, as he tries to pressure this white team's defence. Lozza can't get a block. He does, though, off the ceiling in the end, but there's no follow-up in time, and I think Staffordshire seem a little bit scared to give away this lead. What do you think, Jim Jones?
I mean, I think both teams are a bit tentative at the moment. No one wants to lose in overtime. At the first game, you really want to get that first win under your belt.
Yeah, I think that's a really, really good point. I think getting the victory in the very first game can really set you up for things. If the shot comes in, it's tipped in off the corner, and Onko will find the goal that takes Rotterdam through to game number 2 with a victory in hand. And it's just unfortunate for Brad. He's gifted him the ball there, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, but it's that man you're talking about, Onko, doing it at both ends, saving his team on multiple occasions and getting the overtime goal. It's a really important play from him.
It was a really, really close game, that one, but Erasmus just edged it out in the end, and Erasmus Rotterdam, they got the victory over Staffordshire. But Staffordshire fought right to the very end, and they didn't make Rotterdam look like favourites by any means, and I think that we're going to have another really competitive game, and I hope the series isn't a sweep from Rotterdam, but certainly Staffordshire look like they can take some games in this series, don't they?
Definitely. I mean, you see some defensive errors from Erasmus. Like sometimes they're in each other's way, and both of them are on the backboard. For one of the goals, they both were front post and on the wall, and it's as simple as saying, "Oh, I'm on the backboard," or "I'm front post," and then your teammates won't have to go there, and they know where you are, and they'll stay back post and wait for the ball to spill out.
Yeah, I mean, certainly the basics are the most important thing. We talked about how well Staffordshire did it and could do it in the previous game against Northern Lions, but now they've just got to step up, bring that extra bit of A game if they want to take down Erasmus Rotterdam in this one. I want to say a quick thank you to High Fury with the raid party of 28. We do appreciate it, mate, so thank you so much for the raid. And everybody, welcome to the Rocket Kingdom EURC qualifier number 1 as we get into game number 2 between Erasmus Rotterdam and Staffordshire Esports. Skizrald and Onko onto the kickoff. Brad should win this one up on the sidewall as he misses a touch, and Onko can carry this one downfield now for Rotterdam. The 50 in the air though from Lozos. Ran out of boost once again, and he seems to be struggling for boost throughout the previous game and this one as well, as Brad plays it downfield, and Onko will clear it back the other way in a bit of ping pong in the opening 10 seconds. But I was just thinking, Jim, I've seen Loza on without boost a few times. Do you think that's these high-level players using more boost, or do you think there's been a bit of bad management in this game?
I mean, you've got to have some in reserve. I think with the pace of the game, it's very boost. You have to use a lot of boost to try and keep up with the pace of the game. So yeah, it is a difficult one for him.
And that's gone all the way through. I'm not even sure how Brad cleared it off to the sides. Thought he had Skizrald on. Loz has just pushed in as third man, trying to back up his team a little bit too early, and the open net was left pretty free for Onko in the end. And this is the problem. We praise Staffordshire for their perfect basics on the defense, and then one small mistake like that, and it's straight out the window.
I mean, both of their defenders on the goal line were so close to each other. Your teammates are already covering that space. You don't need to go there. Having a little bit more awareness you can avoid that goal quite easily.
Loza with an absolutely brilliant read there on the post to get it clear and stop the rebound being scored by somebody on Rotterdam. But they're not done just yet, Rotterdam. They're trying to push upfield again. They continue momentum from the previous game. They're already up to 6 shots, which is nearly as much as they pulled in the entire of last game, as Brad's coming forward again, trying to get something going for Staffordshire. Maybe this time he can pop it up over 2. He's got a man in the centre. Loza will force it in. The save was not enough, and the backboard coming to his rescue to get that one over the line. They level things up.
You see Calio there reversing and then missing the read off the wall. It's a bit of a mistake from him there to lead to the goal.
Yeah, unfortunately so. I mean, this is the way that teams score sometimes at this high level. It's down to one player making an individual mistake, and it costs you dearly, and you've got to be at your A game constantly throughout this series if you want to take it. Especially from both these teams who are so top quality. Brad pulling a flip reset out there, which I don't think he was looking for, as Loz tries to get this one back upfield, but Calio there again to collect. And Rotterdam have had such a stronger start in this game than the previous one. Do you think that's down to the momentum?
I would say maybe not so much. I think both teams are just trying to find their grip on the game and trying to implement it, and it's pretty difficult because, especially for Staffordshire, this Erasmus team seem all 3 of them seem quite talented individually, but just as I say that, they've got a lead in this game here for a great passing play here.
Yeah, it was a pretty good passing play. I think you mentioned it as well when they were coming up the field. They were working the ball nicely. Staffordshire twice now as they've worked the ball around the opposition, found a few spaces and found that gap in the top of the net that they found. Now they've got themselves back into the lead, equal on shots, and I praise Rotterdam for really stepping things up in this game number 2. In Staffordshire it's been all Staffordshire for the last minute since I said that, and they're now coming forward once again. Bredd trying to get this one centre. He's got Loza in support just behind him, who's now going to try and follow something up, but again out of boost and can't help out. Maxio will have a 50 towards the corner, and Skizral will get beaten. Bredd just taking his time. Going to try and find something upfield, but his teammates have rotated back. He took that long, and Onko will find it towards the centre again. Maxio's there, trying to drop it back down, but Onko's got no boost. He could do with some help, and he'll give the ball away to Skizral. And we're just over halfway through this game. Staffordshire 2, Erasmus Esports Rotterdam 1. Who do you think is going to turn around and take this game?
I really can't count Erasmus Esports out. I mean, they're so mechanically talented. I've seen some brilliant plays from Kallio this game, and you just can't count that out. At the end of the day, when you've got mechanics like that, you've got the opportunity to create chances at any point of the game.
I do agree. It feels like they're sort of a sleeping giant at times, this Erasmus Rotterdam team. They're just waiting to find an opportunity to pounce as they go forward again. Here, Skizral's in trouble. He can't make the save, and what perfect timing for Rotterdam to find an equaliser.
Yeah, they just kept the pressure up there. Maxio with a great touch there, taking his time and then slotting it in the top corner there.
2-2, a minute 30 to go. Rotterdam looking for series point early on if they can get another goal and get themselves a 3-2 lead. But Staffordshire definitely got the quality to come back in this one. Skizral finding Bredd towards the centre. He's going to pass that one back out to Loza as well. We've already seen him drop it down once. That's a fantastic save from Onko to keep the game level, as now Loza's got to scramble back the other side. And that demo from Skizral is a great way to kill some pressure and give Staffordshire back control of the ball.
Yeah, Onkyo read that play all the way. He pre-jumps that save, actually. It's a great read from him.
Yeah, it was a really good save. I thought they would have taken the lead there, Staffordshire, for a minute. Loza looks so confident of putting that one in. Bredd's got to make a save.
So Staffordshire here really pulling out the stops, and then now they have a great chance here on the counter-attack.
Yeah, both teams look like they've got better and better as this series has gone on, and we might end up going towards another overtime. I say that ball's going to hit the post, it won't find its way in. I thought it might have been turning its way on towards goalward, but not quite. And now Erasmus Rotterdam, one last chance maybe with 30 seconds to go, coming down off the ceiling. Loza will get it clear again. And if you had to pick a standout player so far in this game, who would you say is really, really helping their team?
It's hard to say. I have two in mind, actually. For the defense of Erasmus, I have to say Onko has been really solid in the back, and then allowing my second pick, which is Kallio, to show his creative freedom. And then you see there he's always creating chances for his teammates.
Yeah, and it looks like they're not going to create enough unless this one can go in. Skizral with a great shot. Kallio making an equally good save, and it looks like we are going to edge towards that overtime unless they can keep this ball in the air. Onko will play it towards goal. Can they get a save? Skizral will do exactly that. And 2-2 going into overtime. Do you think Staffordshire have got to win this one to give themselves a chance in this series?
I have to say they have to. Yeah, they do have to, because they're already losing 1-0 against this this Erasmus team, who look very, very good, you have to say. And yeah, to give themselves the best chance, that they can't give them a 2, which they have done, unfortunately.
And that's a fantastic goal coming in. This pass from Maxio. Just take another look at it. What a ball towards the middle. And Kallio slamming that one in above Skizral off the underside of the bar to finish it off. And Rotterdam finish off a thoroughly professional performance, I would say. A slow start from them again, but they always turn up when it matters, don't they, towards the end of the game, and they get the job done again here. Yeah,
it looked shaky at some points of that game, but I think their quality really pulled through there. And it's a great performance there from all three members of them.
The stats certainly interesting. 16 shots coming in from Erasmus Rotterdam, 9 on the side of Staffordshire, but they got double-digit saves as well, Staffordshire, 10 saves. So, I mean, they certainly did some defensive work, but they just couldn't keep out the pressure that was Rotterdam, and now they're on series point, and they've got to get this reverse sweep, which is surely going to be a very, very difficult task.
Yeah, I mean, we touched upon it earlier in the game, and it just seems like such an uphill battle when you've got some great mechanical players there. It's hard to beat that, but I think their passing plays have been quite promising. So maybe they can look to that more in this game 3.
Yeah, I think that Erasmus have just got to be careful not to get too overconfident and try and think this one is done already, and then end up conceding at the other end from Staffordshire.
Yeah, they've got to keep composed and see this game out.
We'll see if they can do that then, as Brad's going to play this one upfield as he tries to get things going early on from Staffordshire. It's off the backboard. It might be an open net. Loza will get an opening goal, and this was exactly the answer that they needed, Jim Jams.
Staffordshire seems to like always be able to come out of the games swinging and get some early goals, which is so useful, especially against this uphill battle, having to complete a reverse sweep here. That's a great start.
Yeah, they certainly start the games the better, and then they struggle as the game goes on, and that's when Rotterdam really seem to come to life. So if they can continue the form that they have, that they get out the gates, they certainly have a great chance of taking the series, or at least coming back and taking a game or two.
Yeah.
But once again, they're under pressure. Rotterdam trying to get things going as Maxio gets a demo, and they go upfield again. Maxio there in the centre. That's an incredible save from Loz to keep them in the lead for now, as Skizrold will deal with this one, stopping Maxio scoring on the pass and stop Onko's shot coming through as well. Brad's going to cut the rotation, interestingly enough, to try and get a block over, and there's nobody there on that back left hand side, which gives Staffordshire some time to breathe and maybe get a counter attack of their own coming as Loz is in the centre. The shot's good. It is a great pass, and they're 2-0 up now, Jim Jams.
I mean, this is exactly what you want to see. Going 2-0 down, not giving up, and fighting till the very end. I mean, this is very good to see. A great response from Staffordshire.
Yeah, definitely, and they always seem to struggle, like we say, towards the end of the game. The key for them now is, can they hold on to it? Can they continue this consistent performance and get themselves a game back? But they haven't given up, that's for sure. They keep pushing forward, they keep trying, and Loss has already got himself 2 goals in the opening minute, but can they get any more? Skizrald's popping up towards the centre. He's got Brad to follow up. Loz is going to have to wait as he's last man back. He's under quite a lot of pressure here from 3 Rotterdam players, but he does a good job to block this one out, buy his teammates some time. Onko's shot is good, but Skizrald's save equal to it as Maxio tries to play something back towards the centre, and Brad will get this one clear, flick over one. But the Rotterdam pressure is starting to mount, and do you think they're going to get a goal back pretty soon?
I have to never count this Erasmus offense out. It's so talented, or especially Kallio, I have to say. You just can't count them out from scoring at any point in the game.
Yeah, we'll see. They're going to keep going forward. They've got 3 shots now as they work their way up. Onko's going to get a demo as well onto Loz, but Brad will get across, cover it off, and stop any chance of Erasmus scoring just yet as Skizrald's waiting for the pass. It's going to be cut out though by Kallio, and now Rotterdam got a 3-against-1 scenario, but Loz is going to be helped out once again. Brad coming to his rescue, the vital friend when he needed him, as Loz plays it back to the centre. There's all 3 players forward, and Maxio reads it. Rotterdam seem to be in the right place at the right time to shut down all these plays at the minute coming in from Staffordshire. One more chance maybe for another one, but Kallio on the backboard ready to deal with it, and defending well Rotterdam, but they need to start getting more creative chances going forward.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's looking like Staffordshire have got the 2-goal lead, and they're ready to, defend more solidly.
This could be a little bit of trouble. Last man commit gets caught out. Kallio's going to play this one towards the centre. Lozza's going to score an own goal. He was under a bit of pressure. I'm not sure there was much else he could have done, but that's not what you want to see.
Yeah, I don't think he had much of a choice here. If he doesn't touch that, he's got an attacker right behind him who's ready to put it in.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he tried to just put that into the near post, get it cleared out and pinch it away, but he couldn't manage it, unfortunately, and that's going to put them under pressure now. They played so well up until this point as they try and turn this series around, but conceding there and giving Rotterdam within a goal just changes the dynamic of this game completely and gives them a great chance of coming back into it again.
Yeah. And
Okay.
got to say, just one more goal, and it's very nervy for Staffordshire, it being must-win game for them.
Maxio will play this one over the top. Loz is going to try and find it into the centre. He went up for another read as well. Bread should be back to cover off Calio's attempt forward as he is. And Maxio trying to do something but running out of boost. Very little remaining as he drops to 0. But does get a block on Skizral's touch and it should help Onko find this one back towards the centre. Calio going to try and beat out Bread as well. Does so. But they need to keep this pressure going forward. Maxio once again first man there. He's got Onko in the centre. If he leaves it, he takes one touch. But they can't get it under the bar. And the pressure from Rotterdam keeps coming off the backboard again. And Onko can't stop Skizral from getting it away. And for now, Staffordshire appear to have held on, but can they last the last minute? Fred and Calio just having a 50 in the middle. Maxio will flick this one straight into Skizral, who's going to play it upfield. But Onko and Maxio could link up here for a great chance for Rotterdam, but Bread will just wait behind, catch the ball gently. And there's a real scramble at the back now for Staffordshire as they try and hang on to this lead. 6 saves, but I think they're going to need a few more by this game's out. That's a great pass infield, but Loza again is equal to it, steps up to the plate and hangs on. 30 seconds, Sim Jams. Can this Staffordshire team survive?
It looks pretty nervy at the moment. They're just sat back in their goal, and it's like they can't get out. They're really struggling here to hit the ball out of their half.
Yeah, they really can't get out. So that they finally managed to do it, but all they got to do is hang on. You know, they can sit, defend. They don't have to concede. If they can't get it upfield now, Rotterdam, they are going to drop a game to Staffordshire as Skizral plays this one towards the centre. He's going to set up the opposition. The shot comes from Maxio and Erasmus. Rotterdam get the equaliser.
That is a heartbreaker for Skizral. He's not taken the touch he wanted and centred it right for Maxio.
Absolute disaster from Skizral. He's got to be feeling bad right now, giving away a chance like that, and it's going to go to the overtime. They've got a chance to do it once again. They've not given away the victory, but there's certainly a chance now for Rotterdam to finish this one off in a sweep. And what a great redemption this would be if Skizral can get himself forward and find a goal to give Staffordshire the lead in this game. But it's a lot of work for them now. Loz are going to try and get forward. No boost though, can't do a lot with it. He's got Skizral in support. Onko should have the backboard covered though. He's got full boost. Skizral gone for some really interesting backboard block. Nearly came off as well, but Brad's going to get beat in the midfield and Rotterdam coming forward. 2 misses. Calio had a great chance, but Brad will make a save. Very, very good indeed defending from Staffordshire to hold on.
Skizral with a great chance here.
And Staffordshire looking good. They're coming back forward again and they've not given up. Their heads certainly haven't dropped from conceding that goal.
Yeah.
But Rotterdam are so dangerous, as you said earlier.
It's just so difficult when you give away a goal like that right at the end. You feel as if like that Rotterdam can create goals quite handily for themselves, as they have done throughout the series. But with Staffordshire, they've really got to cut out the mistakes. So their goals, almost in a sense, mean more to them than the Rotterdam team does.
Oh, and there comes the goal. Calio gets the backboard read, slams it down in from the pass from Maxio, and Staffordshire, heartbreak for them. They're conceding with 2 seconds to go. Brad getting a demo, but it didn't matter. Unfortunately, they turn this one around, Rotterdam. They get the victory and they get the clean with Staffordshire going straight through to the semi-final.
Yeah, that is pretty heartbreaking. Having I think it was 4 seconds left on the clock before they closed out that game. They really needed to win that game and not make any individual errors, because any individual errors and Erasmus are probably going to capitalize on it.
Yeah, certainly, and they really, really did. Any chance that Staffordshire got that was capitalised on, they played so well in that game up until the final, a minute or so. Like you said, they were under pressure, they couldn't get rid of the ball, and unfortunately it just cracked for them, and so disappointing. But that's the quarterfinals. That's how difficult it can be. We've got one semi-final coming up for you to see one team make it straight through to the EURC group stage. You don't want to miss it. It's another best of 5. We'll be back with you very shortly.
Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling. I'm falling. Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling. Falling, falling, falling. started to fall, and where were you? How could I know you were falling too? Grabbing the wind, cutting my skin, but it's hard because I'm falling. Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling, 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 falling.
Welcome back to the EURC Open Qualifier of 2021. I'm Astral again, and this time we've had a bit of a caster change around. I've got the Lancaster, one of the real trouble causers, back with me. It's Orion. How you doing, mate?
Hi everyone, yeah, welcome to EURC, or at least welcome to me. I'm just joining at this point, and it seems like we've had the vast majority of the upper bracket complete already. Just 2 matches remain there. This one is going to be between Erasmus Esports and York Pun Name.
Yeah, we've had some really good games tonight that you've missed. There's been some cracking ones. We've already seen Erasmus Esports take down Staffordshire in what shouldn't have been a 3-0 sweep, but Staffordshire ended up throwing away their victory at the very last second in game number 3.
I did catch the latter half of that, and when I tuned in, I saw that Staffs were 2-0 up, and I was like, oh, I might have another 5 minutes until I'm on. And then I come back and see it's an overtime, and I'm like, oh dear, Staffs, oh dear. Yeah, so that did end up being a 3-0 sweep, but I also saw it in game 1, the scoreline was 5-4, so that must have been quite an interesting one as well.
Yeah, that was an eventful overtime as well, but it was.
It was an overtime.
Yeah, Erasmus Rotterdam really started with really slowly in every game, and Staffs came out the better team, and as the game went on, Staffs just got worse and Rotterdam just got better.
Yeah, well, speaking of another team that's been getting better and better recently is York. They're on an absolute tear in all competitions at the moment. They didn't feature too highly in UK University Rocket League last time out in the winter splits. But yeah, this time they really look like a force to be reckoned with, and they find themselves in one of the upper bracket semi-finals here.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know if they actually ever qualified for EURC before. I don't think they did, but
I really don't think they have.
Struggling sort of in the topper side of regionals, but it looks like they've been on a little bit of a run here and going all the way through, and like you say, 1 best of 5 away from making EURC. They've got to be pretty happy with that. Yeah,
that's pretty crazy, joining some of the top teams in Europe if they manage to overcome Erasmus Esports from the University of Rotterdam.
Yeah, Rotterdam are going to be a real challenge for them. I think these guys have looked really solid. I think Onko, in particular, in his link up with Maxio, I mean, they've created some great goals in the last series. They defend very well. They just start the game slow, and that could be an issue for them if York can catch them out in the opening couple of minutes.
Yeah, interesting. I'm struggling to think of kind of, the York way of playing a best of 5. I'm not sure that I've actually casted them. I think the last time that I saw them was in Society Showdown against Lancaster, and Lancaster failed to win a match in their group there, and it was quite an easy victory for York. So I'm yet to see them come up against any challenging opponents. So this will be the first kind of real image I get of York going forwards and going forwards in this season.
Yeah, if you had to pick a favourite, a prediction, who do you think is going to be the stronger team in this one? I know who I've got my thoughts on.
I mean, on paper, I think the stronger team is Rotterdam, but York have been throwing us so many surprises recently. I still don't really think what we've seen what they're capable of. So yeah, I think Erasmus Esports will probably, have a strong showing, but I think York can take it to 4 games, maybe 5.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair. I'd say that I'm thinking Rotterdam will be the stronger team, but I haven't seen much of this New York, so I'm intrigued to see how they get on and whether they can deliver to the hype that everyone's been talking about. But I think 3-1 to Rotterdam is probably what I'd go with, which I think close, but they seem solid.
Yeah, potentially. What would you say? Maybe York to win the first game, and then if Rotterdam start to warm up and break them down, then it could start to be not necessarily the floodgates opening, but Rotterdam in control for the remainder of the series.
Yeah, I would say so. I think Rotterdam have had a great warm-up, of course, coming off that series. That although they got the sweep, like I said, it was difficult, and Staffordshire took them to overtime in 2 games and really proved their worth. So they're going to be nice and warmed up and prepared, and I think they should come out looking a lot better in this one, I hope. But I'm excited to see what York can deliver as well as we get this game 1 underway.
Yeah, game 1 in this series now. Whoever is victorious here will qualify for EURC. So everything on the line here. This whole kind of bracket has led up to this. It's not as if they lose this series, that's the end of the road. They will drop to lowers and will have another chance at making it. But I'm sure that both teams will want to be making it at the first time of asking.
Yeah, and that's going to be a shot straight downfield. There's a bit of an overcommit coming through from York, and Kallio will find the opening goal for Rotterdam in just 20 seconds.
Yeah, great heads-up play from Kallio there, realising that net was open and just realising all he needed to do there was beat the third man who was pushed up so far. That shot going to find its way into the net from no man's land.
And an early start from Rotterdam for a change. Good to see them getting forward. Kallio looking for a double tap on the backboard as well. Couldn't quite find it. Jaffa's got a pre-flip redirect of his own as York come forward. Lady Penelope's shot is just tipped away by Maxio now as they try and hold on. But York looking like they're really trying to get themselves back into this game quickly indeed.
Yeah, Kallio had a very mechanical play of his own there. I've only ever seen Kallio's gameplay if I'm playing with or against him in the Uni 6-man server. If you don't know about that, you should definitely check that out. But yeah, he's just one of those players that can stand out in a lobby and be the difference maker, and he was trying to do exactly that there with a double tap attempt and a shot of his own, but it's going to be put over towards the corner now. Kallio again maybe looking for a teammate in the midfield here, but no boost, is unable to find contact, and it's Lady Penelope sending it into the Rotterdam half at the moment. Onko with a mistouch, Tinny holding it up. Lady Penelope might have a shot here, but Kallio so quick to get to that ball and transition onto offense now. Yeah,
Maxio getting a shot away as well, but Tinny can't quite get up. He's not going to need to, though. It does go off the backboard now as they try and get forward once again, but they overcommitted at the back. Tinny's been caught off his line, and Onko very quick to react and give Rotterdam a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, almost exactly the same goal there. Onko just beating the York players to that ball. And I think that they were just kind of caught napping at the back, not expecting that shot to come through once more. And Erasmus Esports have been gifted another one, really, right from the midfield.
Yeah, they nearly got a third one right there as well, but Tinny in the right place at the right time. But it doesn't look like Rotterdam are done by any means. Kallio trying to find Maxio going forward. The net looks open. It is going to be open. It's 3-0 to Rotterdam.
Yeah, well, our predictions of York maybe taking game 1 seem to have been completely scuppered here by this 3-0 cushion that Rotterdam have put up. And, I mean, the goals haven't really been anything special. It's just that York haven't looked like that they've been able to defend them for whatever reason. So I'm not sure that this game and this scoreline kind of reflects the whole dynamic that we've seen so far, but it's definitely a 3-0 scoreline, and I don't know how York are going to be able to come back from this, to be honest, in this game at least.
Yeah, definitely when I've seen York previously, they're in a very aggressive team and defense hasn't been their best, but I think Rotterdam as well, they're very warmed up coming in from that previous series. They're ready, they're coming out from the gates firing, they're on the attack once again, as JavaScript will just get it to safety, and Kallio does get beaten by Lady Penelope this time, and maybe York can work something upfield. That's going to go all the way across. Can JavaScript beat out Onko? They're just about, but the touch isn't great as Lady Penelope tries to work forward into Rotterdam's defense, but quickly Rotterdam come back the other way, and York are really struggling to find their feet in this opening game.
Yeah, but that's a great flick from Lady Penelope, who was trying to look for a teammate there, but Kallio just hounding down that ball and trying to get any sort of contact on it to stop Lady Penelope doing exactly what he wanted to do. And it's now going to be Maxio trying to take it upfield, and a good challenge from Tinny. Pre-flip from Canio, open net for Maxio. It's off the post. I have no idea how York got that one clear.
Yeah, that's a good save from Tinny. I think that's a great confidence builder as well. It'd be good to see them get the ball clear, make a solid save, and maybe now they can work from that momentum, go upfield. Lady Penelope's pre-jumping this one, trying to find it into the midfield. But Maxio should get a block as well as a double commit in the corner. York perhaps overcommitting again. Got to be careful not to be caught on the counter here, but Calio's touch isn't particularly great. Onko can't do much about it with 12 boost either. And I think York have been lucky to get away with that one. Their aggression so early on has been pretty dangerous, I would say.
Yeah, their commits as third man. We saw Tinny there was nobody back, and he just rushed into the corner to try and make something of it. Even if the pass had come off, both of his teammates were already kind of half committed and rotating out, although finally York get themselves on the board here with Lady Penelope putting a bullet into the top corner.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere. Onko just getting a touch onto Tinny, and unfortunately it didn't really come off for them at all. Lady Penelope in the right place at the right time to fire that one right into the top corner, like you say. And maybe there's a chance for them now. I mean, they've not been the best in this game, but to get themselves that save, stepping up the defense a little bit, and now getting a goal to try and push themselves forward. We'll see if they can, with a minute left, at least get a goal back and bring themselves in contention of that overtime as Penelope tries to carry it towards the corner. But again, the third man is committed back. Jaffa backflipped, and Tinny is going to have to make a double touch save to bail them out, and they're barely hanging on, Orion.
Yeah, I just think that they need to be a bit more solid and a bit more patient on defense. It just seems like they're all kind of, just trying to rush out of defense and surprise Rotterdam here, but it's just not working. When that ball gets met in the midfield and it goes over the top, they just end up scrambling for it, and there's nothing they can do at that point. Rotterdam are just breaking them down, and it's just back and forth in that pattern until Rotterdam score.
Yeah, I mean, York had a sweep in the previous game, so they must be feeling pretty confident, but at the minute they're really under pressure again. Can he get that
what
off
a
the line?
save!
He does! Fantastic stuff from York to get that one away, but 30 seconds just over left on the clock. 3 goals, is there any chance for them?
I don't think so, to be honest with you. Like, the one play that they did put together was off of a never mind, cast is cursed, let's go.
That's a great touch, to be fair. I mean, I think Erasmus getting a little bit overconfident here, sending 2 players up the wall. Tinny first man to it, finds the open net thanks to the demo, and just like that, 30 seconds, 2 goals. Maybe there's a bit of hope.
Yeah, maybe I should stop talking. That probably could be the best play here. York are easily going to come back from this. Like, just completely ignore what I said in the previous 10 seconds. We did see a double commit there from Rotterdam, which I don't think we've seen all game. Potentially they're just kind of, we've won this now, like we can relax a little bit, and they just got a bit caught up and miscommunicated slightly. But from what we've seen of them for the majority of this game, they have looked absolutely solid, really.
Yeah, they played really well. Lady Penelope might get another one here if that comes down. A fantastic clear from Maxio to get it to safety, and Rotterdam will take the first game 4-2. But he started all Rotterdam. York looked better, and maybe they can take some momentum now into game 2.
Yeah, I definitely think that was kind of a game of 2 halves. Those first 3 goals just kind of looked like they stunned York a little bit, but they did manage to regain some composure, and they were able to get 2 goals out of it. So I think, by that point the damage had been done, and the game was pretty much a foregone conclusion. But as you say, yeah, York regaining some confidence in the latter half of that game, and they can carry a little bit of momentum going forwards into game 2 despite losing that one.
Yeah, they got 5 shots. Tinny actually got 700 points because he got 4 saves. So stepping up defensively, I think JavaScript didn't have the best game. Really needs to try and integrate himself into the play a little bit more in this game number 2. And hopefully then we'll see a little bit of York relying less on Penelope as we've seen them do previously.
Yeah, and I think one thing that York can do as well is just try and spread out a bit more and put a bit more space between their players, especially on defense. We see a lot of the time one player going upfield, and you kind of end up with this like right angled triangle of one player on the side, one player behind, and then one player across. And often that kind of back line is just a little bit too high, and they are getting caught out when, a booming ball comes over the top. Yeah,
and Rotterdam are the team to absolutely punish that every time. They've been so solid this evening. and they're going to continue to do so for the rest of the series, I imagine. So York have got to bring their A game and sort out this defense now, but they're going to get forward early on, and we'll see if they can create something here. Tinny trying to play this one into the middle. He has got Penelope and JavaScript on that left-hand side, but Penelope can't do much about it. We'll see now if they can hang on as Rotterdam quickly on the offense. A demo comes in straight across the centre though, but not a quick follow-up from Rotterdam, and the first 30 seconds or so seems pretty relaxed, I would say, as the shot goes away but wide of the target.
Yeah, I think JavaScript needed to be a little bit more clinical there. He had no one challenging and pretty much the whole net where he could place that ball, but ends up going wide, and the power on the shot wasn't there either as Kallio tries to backflip and fake out the defense. It's going to be Maxio taking his time and Lady Penelope backflipping to get that ball over the top. Onko trying to work something, but a bump from Lady Penelope going to deny that. It's Kallio onto the backboard. JavaScript has to make this touch, and he doesn't, and it's going to be in from Maxio off a whiff from JavaScript on defense.
Yeah, I gotta look out for Tinny there as well, just playing the ball out of the goal towards his own box, just causing a bit of a dangerous scenario, allowing Kallio to pop that one up and Maxio to get the finish off at the end of it. And these are the little defensive mistakes that we mentioned. It's just something small like that against a team of this quality, that's tiny touch, and you get punished immediately.
Yeah, it looks like, I thought they were going to get punished off the kickoff there, but Tinny is able to scramble back and play that one off his own backboard. It's Maxio with 0 boost, able to get a touch on this. Might be able to get another one into the centre to Onko. It's JavaScript sending it over to the side. Onko's not got a great touch there, and oh my goodness, Lady Penelope just donked it off the head of Onko there, and it sails into the blue half, but they managed to recollect themselves once more, and it's JavaScript trying to send it away over to Lady Penelope. Good beat there. It's dangerous in the center. JavaScript with a shooting opportunity. It's off the crossbar. Again, York not really taking their chances on defense or on offense.
Yeah, not quite clinical enough for the moment. Tinny was going really aggressive there as well. Pulled out back-to-back demos to try and disrupt Rotterdam, but it wasn't enough to get a goal now as York going to try again to get themselves forward. Kallio with a ball into the middle. If he's got Maxio in support, he does. The pass goes down. Tinny makes a really good save again. And Onko gets...
What is happening?
Can they finish it off? They can't. Orion, how have Erasmus not scored there?
I think Rotterdam were too keen for the bump. Both players, oh my goodness, Tinny, both players there went for the defender, and none of them went for the ball, and it was just kind of sat there going, hello, can someone score me please? And just nothing happened.
York will take it though. I mean, they're on the offense again. Tinny's looking better. He's found a ball into the middle. Lady Penelope's going to make it with the pre-flip, but this is what you talked about. Jaffa's now last man back. There's a big gap. He will cut out the difference though and get across the field to get something going again for York. There's a whiff in there too. Tinny's shot is not quite powerful enough, and Maxio will make a save, and this is the sort of thing they've got to be scoring by now. York need an equaliser.
Yeah, I think that's kind of York in a nutshell at the moment. Not quite powerful enough and not quite accurate enough with the shooting. That's a bit better from Tinny. That's exactly what they need to be doing. If they can keep that kind of consistency up with the shooting and consistently beat the defense like that, then York might find a way back into this game. Onko's so unfortunate there to just flip underneath that ball.
Yeah, difficult save from Onko. Tinny finally making it count, getting the powerful shot that we talked about. And let's see if they can push on from that now. They got themselves level in the game. See if they can carry any momentum. Penelope, though, having a 50 with Onko in the middle. JavaScript very quickly in there to try and cut that ball out now, and Tinny's going to be up with him if he can get it towards the centre. There's nobody quite back for Rotterdam, but it's going to go straight across the goal line. Nobody's home, and yet there was no finish from York.
Yeah, tough angle, to be fair. Those are the hardest ones to score, and, you know, the open net makes it that much harder as well. Tinny not able to find the angle there, unfortunately, and I can't really say that I can blame him. You know, I've probably missed about half of those myself if I were to take them, and especially in the pressure of a game like this. But, you know, York definitely look more solid now. They've kind of more composed, and there's no real defensive mistakes. It always seems like there is a player back. Whether or not they're actually making the touch is another question. Oh my goodness, Tinny, what a save that was. But yeah, it seems like they are being a bit more patient on defense. They're recognizing that those, you know, long balls can come out from Rotterdam, and, you know, they can get punished by them.
Tinny's really been the man to step up, I think, and help these guys defend and really get into this game. He's been helping out time and time again, and here he is here. He's got the ball under control, but Kallio just so quick to get up and block this one out as JavaScript's going to try and make it forward. Penelope's trying to demo the defense as well as a fake comes in. Can't get it over the last man, though, and Tinny will have to go back again and defend. And they've kept it to one goal, the York, and I think that's the main thing. They've kept this pretty clean, and one goal, one mistake is going to really decide this game and potentially decide the series.
Oh no. Oh no. Do we talk about this, or do we not talk about this?
That is not what we wanted to see. I said a mistake. I didn't want to see it right there. Oh, Callio's just missed the ball as Lady Penelope fired it downfield into what shouldn't have been an open net, but ended up being exactly that.
Well, I was almost about to say that we could be going into overtime here, as you know, we know how much Rotterdam like their overtimes. Was there just the 2 overtimes in the previous series, or did game 2 go to overtime as well?
I believe 2 in the previous series, yeah, of the 3 games. So.
And Rotterdam won both of them, so they've got a pretty good conversion rate on overtimes. We haven't seen them in an overtime against York yet, but if they've got anything to say about it, then it might start to go that way.
Yeah, York going to try and get another goal. They're still pushing forward, but 10 seconds to go. We need to see something from Rotterdam as Maxio gets a demo onto Tinney. He's not back anymore. JavaScript doesn't make the best save. A shot.
What a shot.
Maxio under the bar, and Rotterdam will not be denied.
Yeah, unfortunate there from York. JavaScript, he's going to touch it off his own backboard, and Maxio takes his time, places that one right into the top shelf. No one going to be saving that one. And as I predicted, best caster ever, we do have overtime. I think maybe. Oh, this is going to be the worst caster's curse ever. Just watch this. Just watch.
Don't jinx it again. They've got to touch the floor. Surely somebody get it down. Save Orion from this misery. Tinney's still going the other way.
No, please. Oh my god. Whoever that was, Onko, thank you so much. You've literally just saved my casting career.
Rotterdam's looking good though now. I mean, they've got the confidence of winning previous overtimes, and they might end it right here. Lady Penelope making a great save to keep them in it, but certainly I'm feeling Rotterdam now in this overtime. They look confident, they've turned things around, they've got some good momentum, and surely they're going to be feeling good coming into this.
Yeah, Calio, great pass to Maxio, who might be able to get this redirect on target. He doesn't, and it is Tinney sending it away into the midfield now. Onko going to have a difficult ball to deal with here, and Tinney's got it past him. If there's anyone in the midfield, JavaScript is. Onko has to make a save off his own crossbar. That was a great opportunity set up by York there, and they look to go again here with Lady Penelope, looking for a flip reset. Can't quite land the 4 wheels on the ball and flick that one over the defense. Tinney now with a shot on target there from a very interesting angle, but it is all York right now so far in this overtime.
Yeah, Callio's finally going to send it downfield there, which is going to help them out, I think, if Penelope... Oh, that's a great touch from Penelope to try and bring things back the other way for York, but the recovery coming down off the ceiling isn't the best, and Jaffa should be across, though, to recover it anyway. Penelope gets a nice demo on Onko, which should kill some pressure from Rotterdam, but they're going to keep coming forward anyway, but third man back not close enough as JavaScript takes a shot, which is never going to challenge Onko as he pushes back up the field. He's got no boost, though, and nobody quick enough in support. And York, to be honest, as this game's gone on, have looked better and better, and I'm starting to think that they might turn this one around. I thought it was going to be a caster's curse there as well.
I thought
that the back of the net.
That would have been a brilliant one, to be honest with you. As Callio, the long shot again, realizing that York didn't really have anyone planted on defense there, and it had to be, oh no, again, literally again, as I'm saying this, York have done a York.
Oh, York, please. Tinney's normally on the line, but he just pushes out. Lady Penelope's gone with him. There's a lack of communication there, and Onko's hit it straight down the middle of them into the open net. And just as you thought they were looking good, they've gone straight to series point and thrown this one away.
Yeah, that was so unfortunate. They look great on offense, but it is just those defensive mistakes and realizing where you are on the rotation on defense that's just hurting York right now. And they find themselves 2 games down here, despite putting up a great performance in that game. They could have taken it, honestly. They should have taken it, in my opinion.
Yeah, they really should. They had plenty of chances. They had 8-10 shots coming in as that, and then 9 on the side of Erasmus Rotterdam. But there was lots of good chances in there. It was just weak power, poor shot shooting, off target, and they only really got clinical towards the end of the game, and they left it far too late. Yeah,
absolutely. I agree. And I don't know, they've tried to build momentum so many times and they failed to do so. They did in that game, but obviously Erasmus winning it. And so they've kind of had the wind kicked out of them a little bit. And to go for a reverse sweep here against a team like Erasmus Esports, I really, really worry for York.
Maybe it was the brightness of the Forbidden Temple map and the fact we don't see Urban Central very often. Maybe this DFH Stadium is going to change things around for York as they get into this one. They need to win this game to turn this series around and try and make the qualifiers. They can still do so in the lower bracket, but that is not where they want to be. They're going on the offense early though. JavaScript can't turn it on target. Lady Penelope gone for a fake over one, but no boost. But Maxia will find the 50. York on pressure once again. There's a great chance here. It's deep by Callio in the nick of time, and Tinny once again could have scored very early on for York.
Oh, Callio at the other end now looking for a ceiling shot all over the pitch. Callio is just making great plays and keeping his team alive right now. It's now Onko that has to make a touch off the backboard and follow it up, but it is going to be JavaScript challenging with 0 boost. Tinny dives in for this one, is able to get a piece of it into the center. Might have a shot of his own here, but Callio again, the savior for his team, gets in front of that ball and makes the most, or the all-important block, sorry.
Yeah, it's good to see him doing some good defensive work. Onko's been so good in the defense, and Callio up top.
Oh, not again!
Again for York, there's nobody home, and Onko will find a long ball down the field for what, the 4th goal this series?
What is Tinny and JavaScript just find themselves together and there is no one back again. Honestly, like, if York were to watch this series back, they would literally just be kicking themselves. Just, you know, we've seen the same goal go in about 4 times now.
Yeah, we need the 3rd man to just sit with his handbrake on, pretend he's parked in the car park and stop edging forward, because York have got a serious problem at the minute committing, and they've cost themselves another goal in a game that they have to win. As Tinny's popped this one up, trying to find something going for York. He went for the flip reset. It's going to bounce dangerously in front of the net. Onko's not dealt with it fully. JavaScript with another chance. It's still in the danger zone, but Callio will finally step up and get it to safety. But York are not done. They've just got to be careful, because now, once again, they could get caught on the counter.
Yeah, I was going to say, just notice there, they were in exactly the same configuration. Again, one player was way off on one side of the pitch and the other was way off on the other side of the pitch, and they just left another gaping hole on defense. I think if that shot had managed to get round Lady Penelope from Callio, it would have been 2-0, and we would have seen the same goal go in for a 5th time.
I certainly hope not. We want to see some really flashy, interesting goals now. Maybe Lady Penelope's got that in the bag. Not quite though. Maxia will touch this one downfield straight into the path of Tinny. Maybe York can get something going here if Onko can't deal with it. The touch isn't the best, but JavaScript does get beaten out. Lady Penelope trying to go something off the ceiling, gets the touch. Can he get another? Tinny's in the middle as well, and there's 3 players up for York. They can't find the goal, but they do manage to keep the pressure up long enough to get back. Yeah,
everything is kind of working for York on offense, except for that, you know, final shot and goal. Like, they're orchestrating plays very well. Like Lady Penelope with that mechanical play there was trying to set something up off the backboard, but Rotterdam just looks so strong on defense right now. They're not really making any mistakes, as they make 2 just as I say that. And it's, yeah, York are just really struggling to get past that.
Oh, if JavaScript could have got that demo a little bit earlier onto Onko, they would have had a free open net. Maxi was in an awkward spot here. That's a great save.
York have done a York again.
Committed last man. Can Callio find it? It's very difficult from that angle, and Tinny will get back. And I have to say, I've not been particularly impressed by the individuals of York, but Tinny so far has been the man to step up, I think, and really help them out defensively.
Yeah, Tinny has been that man on defense for sure, kind of scrambling back. Like, it just seems to be the way that York play. You know, they like to hold that high line and keep pressure on, but the problem with the team against Rotterdam is they're so good at managing to get possession on defense and transition onto offense that York just cannot keep up with the speed that Rotterdam are able to do that.
Yeah, Rotterdam still 1-0 up, a minute 30 to go, and York need a goal or they're going to be sent straight down to the lower bracket, and Rotterdam will find themselves straight into the EURC group stage. So Callio's got to do something to not give the ball away in the next minute. As he's done so, Tinny will try and find this one upfield. Does he have some support? Lady Penelope's gone with him, but JavaScript perhaps waiting back as Lady Penelope got over again, and pressure's going to come on. They've got a minute. Can they do this, Orion?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them to score 1 goal, but I also wouldn't put it past Rotterdam to score 1 of their own, or maybe even 2, to be honest. So the comeback might happen temporarily, but as we've seen, Rotterdam are very good at scoring when there's less than a minute left on the clock.
Yeah, York just need 1 good chance, and Rotterdam are getting plenty of them here as York are scrambling to get it clear in time. Maxio pops it back towards the middle, and JavaScript should get this one away as far as Tinny. Maxio.
Well, that's a great passing play. Oh.
Couldn't find it though, and the time is running out for them. 30 seconds. They need to get back forward and pressure this ball, because they're giving the pressure away to Rotterdam right now, who are just pushing up the field. And maybe
Jaffa. Oh. Jaffa had a chance there, but I think the ball was at his wheels before he could do anything about it. This one could have sneaked in there. Lady Penelope is going to keep it. Yorker all in the Rotterdam half right now. Lady Penelope looking for an angle, but Onko off his backboard very quickly to meet that one. And with it in the York half at the moment, JavaScript going to make sure that it's going the right way, but Maxio with an open there is going to get denied by Callio, actually. If York score off this now, never mind. I thought if York had scored off that, I think Maxio would have been absolutely berating his teammate in comms, but it is going to be a sweep once more from Erasmus Esports Rotterdam here.
Yeah, Erasmus Esports Rotterdam, they look like a really good team. They're third in the Dutch league. They come through, they secure their spot in the EURC, and you've got to say it's probably deserved. They're a really top team. They caused York so many troubles. York finally stepped things up a little bit, but it just wasn't enough. And throughout this evening, I think these guys have been one of the top teams in this upper bracket, and they deserve this route straight through to the group stage.
Yeah, well, if nothing else, York can watch this series back and realize exactly where they're going wrong and what they need to be doing. Like, all three of the players are very offensively minded, and they do that very well. Rotterdam had a very strong defense, so it was hard to find the end product. But going forwards, they are quite a scary team. It's just they need to iron out those mistakes on defense, and hopefully we'll see that in the lower bracket. But it does seem like that kind of is their play style, and that is their one big weakness.
Yeah, I mean, there's two more spots for them to try and make it through in the lower bracket, and then we've got Portsmouth and FHDW that are going to be battling out in the other game to make it through. But that's it from me today. I've been here a little while, so you're going to enjoy the company of Orion for the rest of the night, and his Lancaster friend Tylacto will be popping in and taking over because I've got somewhere else to be. But it's been a great stream, and thank you for coming on with me, Orion, for this last game. It's been fun.
Yeah, thank you for joining me. That was despite being a sweep, it was quite a high energy match, so good fun to cast, and I guess I'll see you when I see you.
Yeah, thank you guys. Please don't go anywhere. Tylacto will be taking over from myself. We'll be back very shortly after a quick break.
I'm feeling so hollow. Don't you know? Don't you know? I'm living in shadow. Don't you know? Don't you know? I fell for fool's gold. I fell for fool's gold. What did I know? What did I know? I fell for fool's gold. I fell for fool's gold. What did I know? What did I know? You were fool's gold. Yes, I did. And I did it all for love. Yes, I did it all for love. Oh, they say fools believe in it, so I guess I'm one of them. Don't you know? I fell for fool's gold. I fell for fool's gold. What did I know? did I